Despite this character's announcement to the big screen almost 6 years ago, and one other guest starring role in the fellow MCU film, Blade is a character that has struggled to maintain a consistent grip of hype in today's modern age. While still being beloved by so many who experienced his initial rise in the late 90s and early 2000s, it seems Blade's lack of care is about to come to a satisfying end as the Vampire Hunter has been leaked to make his debut sooner rather than later in the highly praised game of Marvel Rivals. Welcome everyone to another episode of New Meta, where we discuss the potential movesets for highly anticipated heroes in the future for Marvel Rivals. If you guys enjoy the series, please make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe with the notification bell icon turned on to stay up to date with the latest news on games like Marvel Rivals. Now without further ado, for today's episode, we'll be discussing Blade, the Vampire Hunter. Quick disclaimer that the following discussion is expressly all my opinion, and by no means am I stating that this is the only way to work the character. The setup for the character already fits in perfectly with the story being told in Season 1, with the invasion of Dracula over New York after Blade is defeated. No doubt he will eventually come back for some payback on the vampire that got away. Thanks to the character's rich history in the comics spanning from July 1973 to present day, Blade has garnered many abilities to distinguish him from the expanding roster of heroes and villains in Marvel Rivals, which is why for his passive ability, Blade would have a sixth sense that notifies him whenever there are supernatural heroes or villains nearby, such as the Scarlet Witch. This is something that can be depicted by having the screen desaturate when one of these supernatural characters is nearby, or by having a similar visual effect to the spider sense, albeit with a red coloring instead of transparent. With the character being known to hunt vampires, Blade is easily the perfect candidate to become a DPS duelist character, with his main attack being inspired by the films in the form of the throwable glaives that he wields. And seeing how Marvel Rivals isn't afraid of taking inspiration from games like Overwatch, I imagine that this would play out like Genji from Overwatch with his shurikens. However, similar to the Punisher and Black Widow, Blade would also benefit from having a secondary attack where he swaps out to his katana blades that he is best known for. While equipped with the glaives in primary, his melee will consist of a swipe from one of the many knives that he currently equips. That is, until he swaps to his katanas, in which case he will simply use the swords. For his ultimate ability, Vampiric Feast, Blade sheathes his weapons as he becomes surrounded by a cloud of black smoke and uses his fangs as heavy melee damage while also being able to lunge at the target. During this time, Blade possesses a temporary shield that allows him to get close to his targets and deal effective damage. For his standard ability, pressing E will trigger Blade to do a forward slide with his katana in hand and now laced with a chemical to do lingering damage on any target unfortunate enough to get swiped by the sword for the duration of this ability. The lingering damage, of course, being reminiscent to how Cloak and Dagger, for instance, do lingering damage when using their ultimate ability. For Traversal, Blade enters Stamina mode, where he gains increased movement speed as well as the ability to wall run in the same way Iron Fist can. To do immediate damage on a target, pressing F can lock into the nearest target and allow Blade to unload 4 rounds total from his dual-wielding pistols that he hides within his trench coat. And lastly, right-clicking with Blade will allow for him to throw a volley of daggers, one after the other, in which if a target is hit by the knives, will temporarily slow down their movement speed and open them up for a katana lace attack to hit them for extra damage up close. Now, to justify my selection for this moveset, it was mainly to highlight the prominent abilities from his comics and films while not making him blend too much with the already large pool of characters that already use guns as their primaries, such as Black Widow, the Punisher, Winter Soldier, Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon. I'm aware as well that Blade was leaked back in December with images of his character model as well as leakers stating the names of his moves, but seeing as to how none of it has been confirmed and is all subject to change, I wanted to take a stab at seeing how I could design the moveset for the character. On that note, it's worth pointing out that certain aspects from the leaked character model, such as the sword, do not line up with the design of Blade in the Season 1 gallery card where he is being choked by Dracula, seemingly suggesting that some aspects may have been changed around the development of the game, which is not uncommon for developers to do, but regardless, here are the names of the abilities with no descriptions to accompany them that were leaked. For his passive ability, we have the name Bloodline Liberation. Ability number 1, Stomp and Slash. Ability number 2, Dark Knight Attack. Ability number 3, Fang Deflect, and the ultimate being called Ultimate Moon. Leaked team-ups were also leaked with characters such as Moon Knight and Cloak and Dagger. They do have some history in the past. These are just some of my suggestions though, but what do you guys think? Should Blade be added as a duelist character, or should he join the ranks as another role? What changes would you make, and which plausible hero or villain would you like to see next? Let me know in the comment section down below, and make sure to like this video if you guys enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, and let me know why as I read all the feedback. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.